Good morning, this is Miss Almanza. I'm going to be working number 24 of the STAAR 2016 release questions. All right, so number 24, the graph of f of x equals x squared is shown on the grid. Okay, so there is my graph. Okay, and the question, it says, which statement about the relationship between the graph of f and the graph of g of x, which equals 7x squared, is true? Okay, all right, so we're looking, let me go ahead and pull back here. All right, so we're comparing two functions. Okay, they're saying f of x equals x squared. Okay, remember that one, x squared. And then the other one is g of x, which equals 7x squared. Okay, so that's what I put right now. You're comparing these two functions. Okay, first off, you should notice that they are quadratic because of the little 2 there. Okay, that 2 above the x lets you know that this is a quadratic function. Okay, there's two ways that you can solve this. Now, I could easily go ahead and plug this into my calculator. So if I were to do that, okay, let's say we get our little nifty calculator. We go to y equals, okay. All right, in y equals, we plug in x squared. In y1, 7x squared, in y2. So those are the two that we're comparing, okay? All right, then I hit graph, okay, because it's saying it has F, G, H, and J, which are your option choices, has different statements about how they're comparing these two graphs, okay? And there they are. Okay, so the first one is, okay, this one right here, the wider one, that is f of x equals x squared. The second one is the middle one, okay, which I can obviously see it is more narrow than my original one, x squared. Okay, so the second one right in the middle, that one is 7x squared. Okay, so I go back to my statements here. Look at my options, okay, and it says the graph of g is narrower than the graph of f. Okay, the graph of g is wider than the graph of f. Okay, the graph of g is 7 units below the graph of f, and then the graph of g is 7 units above graph of f, okay? So I can see it cannot be, it hasn't moved, okay? The vertex is still at 0, 0, so h and j are incorrect, okay? But f and g, okay, I can obviously see one's wider, one is more narrow. So the original, okay, going back to this, here's the original, okay, and then g of x right in the middle. It is obviously more narrow than f of x. So it has to be, okay, f. The graph of g is narrower than the graph of f, okay? All right, so that is the answer choice, correct answer for number 24. So circle that in. And then if you were to do it without the calculator, okay, you're comparing. You should know, okay, here is your quadratic function in vertex form. You should know that the value of a, okay, is always going to tell us two things. It gives us the reflection, okay, so it'll tell us if it opens up or down. That's the reflection. And then it also tells us the dilation, which is going to be either a stretch or a compression. So it's either stretched or compressed. So remember that if a is going to be greater than 1, that becomes a stretch, which makes it more narrow. It stretches out your parabola and it makes it more narrow. And then if a is greater than 0 but less than 1, okay, now it becomes what we call a compression. Okay, so it gets compressed and it'll become more wider. So since a, okay, in g of x was 7, okay, we call that a stretch, and that is the reason it became more narrow, okay? All right, that's it for number 1.